One of the best ways to stay consistent with your investing and to make great decisions for your portfolio is to be able to track your stock portfolio effectively. Now, there are many ways in which you can do this, but one of my favorite ways is to use a spreadsheet, and more specifically a Google Sheet spreadsheet with a stock tracker. The reason why is because unlike most tools out there, you can customize a spreadsheet any way you want and include all the relevant information that you want. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you how it is that you can build a Google Sheets stock tracker on your spreadsheet that is really powerful, simple to use, and something that you can even use on your phone on the Google Sheets app. Okay, so as you can see, this is the template that we're gonna be building, but before we do that, I just wanna quickly show you how this works. So as you can see, we have many different things, but the most important thing that you need to do for this template is to have the list of tickers that you have invested in, and this supports both tickers in the US stock exchanges as well as many different international stock exchanges. You just need to use the Yahoo Finance ticker system. So the way that this works is that once you have the list of tickers, so let's say right now I want to change this company, so instead of Nvidia, I'm gonna go ahead and enter Walmart. You will see how everything will automatically update for you. So using these formulas, you will get the company name, you will get the price in real time, which you can update at any time that you desire, and as well as the dividend yield. And this is of course if the company is paying any dividends at all. The other thing that you need to do, of course, and this is something that you can get from your broker, is to enter the number of shares or units that you have of that particular company. So in this case, we just have some dummy numbers right here. Then you just enter the average price, and then everything else will be automatically calculated for you. In this case, we have the amount paid for those particular company, and then we have the market value, which is just taking the current price times the number of shares that you own, and thus give you the value that you would get if you were to share that particular share of stock. Altogether, we are able to calculate the gain and loss of your portfolio so that you can keep track of this, and of course you get a nice graph that includes your portfolio allocation across all the different companies that you own, and then right here we have the total gain and loss and the average dividend yield that you may be getting. Now, as you can see, in order to refresh the data, there are two options that you can do. So the first is to change one of the company tickers like I showed you before, or you can just click right here on the add-on refresh live data, and I'm going to explain a little bit more how this works later on. But you just click here and you will see how automatically all of the information will update. So again, we have the name of the companies, we have the price, which now updated, and of course the dividend yield. Now, the key thing that you need to know is that you can customize this template to be pretty much in any matter that you want. Anything that you can do with spreadsheets, you can apply to this template. You can apply custom formulas, custom formatting, change the colors, do whatever you want. It is really up to you. And of course, we're gonna have a link in the description where you can download this template for absolutely free. The cool thing about this template, as you can see on the screen recording right now, is that you can use this template on the go right on your phone. All you need to do is download the Google Sheets app, which is absolutely free, open up the spreadsheet that has the template, and then after that, you're free to check in your portfolio anytime you want. As you can see, right when you open it, the data will update and you will always have the latest data available at your fingertips. Now, let me go step by step and show you how the template works. So what you're gonna do is just open the template, which will have a link in the description. You click on that link and it'll ask you to duplicate the spreadsheet. After you do that, here's the key thing. You need to have a YSheets account in order for the data to populate. Now, you don't necessarily have to use YSheets. You can go ahead and this information just copy paste it from another site, or you can use the Google Finance function, which we have a tutorial on our channel as well. However, we do recommend using using Y sheets. Why? The reason why is because you have price data that you can update anytime that you want. And then you have dividend yield data, which you can't find anywhere else. And then of course with Y sheets, you can build custom screeners. You can have access to many different other templates and whatnot. And you have access to financial data, key metrics, and a whole bunch of stuff that's really going to have you equipped with all of the different tools that you need to make some good investment decisions and to track all of that right from your spreadsheet. Now let's get into how the spreadsheet works. So we have the current information here. This is just something that you can change depending on your preference, but you can enter a category for each company that you own. Then like I said, you're gonna need to enter the tickers. Here's the key thing. Now we're using the Wise Price function, which is a custom function used in Y Sheets. You can see Y Sheets right here. It is an add-on that you can install on Google Sheets on Excel. So this method also works in Excel, but this video is of course focused on Google Sheets. So you will see this is the add-on. There's so many cool things that you can do with it, such as access other free templates that are already populated with data. Now you can see how the function works right here. We're basically selecting the symbols. So all these different symbols right here. And then we are selecting the parameters that we're looking to access. So in this case, we have the name and the price. And of course, you can just simply modify this or add more tickers right here, just underneath. And then of course, all you would need to do is change the function, modify it to include that range of tickers, and everything updates. Now on the dividend yield, the function is a little bit more different. So you can see in this case, we can only do one ticker at a time, but you enter the ticker, you enter the dividend yield. And in this case, we're entering TTM as a period. You could also get the dividend yield for like a particular year or quarter, like 2020 or 2020 Q2. But TTM is really powerful because it gives you the dividend yield in real time based on the current stock price of the company. So that is really cool. And of course, this is done for all of these different companies right here. Number of units, we already talked about this. This is information that you can get easily from the broker where you have made these investments. The amount paid is just a simple multiplication. So you take the number of shares that you own times the average price. That gives you the amount paid. The market value is the same, except you take the market price of those shares times the number of units that you own, and that gives you the current market value that you would get for each of those shares. Overall, we have some gain and loss calculation, which you can see how it works right here. It's a very simple calculation. We take the difference between the two numbers, and then we use conditional formatting, which you can see right here, with a rule that says if the value is equal to 0, we'll have that cell in gray. If it's greater than 0, we'll have it in green. If it's less than 0, we'll have it in red. You can of course change the colors and the rules to your own liking, but this is how we set it up. Then after that, we have the big number right here, which is the current portfolio value. And for that, you just take the sum of the market value. So this tells you if you were to sell all your stocks at the current market value, how much could you get? And then of course, you can apply the same thing where you're comparing the total amount paid with the market value, and that gives you the total gain or loss, which is probably the most important number in this template right here. We also have the average yield, and for that we just take the average of all the yields, assuming that they're paying less than 0%, because we don't want to take the average of a dividend yield that's paying nothing. So this is where there's a little bit of nuance in the calculation. And then the last thing that we have is the portfolio allocation graph. If you go right here, you will see how it works. So we're taking all of the data that you can see right here. So from C17 to C26, and then from K. So we're basically talking about the data that you can see right here. So we're taking this right here, which is the number of tickers. And then for K, we're taking the market value. So you can see in real time, what is the value of your portfolio and how is it made up based on the different companies that you own. Now you can see how here we have some labels. So the labels in this case would be the different company tickers, and you can see the distribution. If you want, you can also modify this, and you can add things such as, making sure that you can see the percentage for each of these ones, or you could change the graph to show something completely different. It is really up to you. Now you know how to use Google Sheets to track your stock portfolio, so be sure to use this information so that you can make some great investment decisions. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification zone so that way you get notified every time we release a new video like this that's gonna allow you to take your investing game to the next level.